Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So now I'm going to review. I've watched Godzilla 1954, the black and white original. Now this truly is a remarkable film. It's for the time it came out, because I've seen it lots, but I hadn't seen it in a while. So upon rewatching it now, I was super excited to rewatch it. And Godzilla is so cool looking. Like the original design, the original costume that was used was so cool, and it was actually really realistic looking. Like I know, it could be kind of joked about nowadays, like the special effects and that, but. Well, it wasn't really special effects; it was a costume. But no, watching it now, like it's so passable, and it actually it looks so vivid for its time and so real for its time that to be around when this movie came out, I could imagine it being you can truly see why it was broke so much ground when it came out. And it truly is a very important film in the history of cinema too. It has such heavy political context to it. It has such heavy real life inspirations, even though it seems like totally sci-fi and fantasy. It's based on a lot of real heavy things going on at the time, and I love the grainy black and white footage. Like even though that's just what they had back then, but the way it's utilized, directed by Ishiro Honda, one of the greatest directors of all time. He stylized a certain tone of black and white that is just it's unique to his style. Like you don't see it that often in just other black and white films of the time. There was just a certain way that he would that he would figure out to take these shots that just looked so vivid for the time, yet deliberately grainy, right? Like deliberately sort of like you don't quite know what's beyond the frame a little ways, and and like especially if you're interested, like again, like even though it's a movie and it is sci-fi after all and all that, but if you're interested in like prehistoric life and paleontology and all that. Even though it's not exactly it's accurate for the time, I will say. Like the paleontology presented in the movie is 100% accurate for the time it came out, minus maybe a little bit of fantasy added in there for extra touch, but. It generally follows what was known at the time very well, and it really the scenes where they are talking about paleontology and they're presenting theories on what Godzilla can be and whatnot, things like that. It's so intriguing, like it's so cool. And in the background sets, like I love the background sets, especially the black and white shots. How they sort of it's vivid, but it's still kind of mysterious. Like you still kind of don't know what's beyond, because there's so many scenes where there's like rooms full of fish tanks with all of these different fish swimming around the tanks, and somebody will be talking, especially when the paleontologist is talking, and he is you know just analyzing something, but just in the background there'll be dinosaur bones set up, and pictures and posters and artwork and all of that, all relating to sort of like what he's talking about metaphorically, that just looks really cool. Like it's intriguing. It's like when times are limited, when technology is limited, and that's what I mean. Like when the time you live in doesn't cater to certain things, there's just certain ways that people perfected intrigue in a simple ideas, or just simple things like what's in the background of the shot, or what's in the foreground of the frame, and all of that kind of stuff, right? And just swift dialogue. Well, not really swift dialogue, but just dialogue that keeps you intriguing. And again, the version I got. I'm going to present. That's what the special presentation is, because I'm really excited to present Sling Cult with you after the review. But yes, it was just in an incredible achievement as far as filmmaking goes, and everything in a lot of the reason why is because of just those certain ideas that people perfected, where they were all of a sudden, the time they grew up and the time that they were filming, there was these limitations, so they came up with different ways to, just like I said, just add intrigue into simple things, and I think that's really cool. And ultimately, Godzilla, in my opinion, I love dinosaurs, I love monster movies, I love all that. Godzilla is king. It really was truly important for the whole future genre of those movies. And I will say that Godzilla, the 1954 original by Ishiro Honda, is legendary. And there's no pun intended with the modern day Godzillas there, but just as a true statement, it is legendary, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I give it an A+. And so the second part of this presentation I want to share with you is, so this is what I picked up, and I am incredibly excited about this, because this is gonna continue into some future videos. But so we got Godzilla. This is like a collector's new thing that just came out. So you've got awesome artwork, book cover style. And so in here, this is something else I'm going to talk about in a second. But so right here inside, you've got Godzilla 1954, the original, and then down here you have Godzilla 1955, the Americanized remake of the original, which that's what I'm going to review next. And this case, there's another super cool feature to it that is just awesome. Check this out. Boom! Mint! So I'm excited for this, and I'm excited to present this. Like I said, I hopped right on watching the original because I haven't seen it in a while, and I was stoked to have it. And then the next review I'm going to do will be the 55. But also, for another special presentation when it's all done, this booklet here, this is super cool. This is like true history, everything you need to know about Godzilla, like the real story of how everything went down. It's not a very big booklet, but I'll show you in a sec. See, the printing's fairly small, and it's just loaded. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but it's loaded with all kinds of super cool information, and just everything relating to Godzilla. So after the movie reviews are done, this booklet is going to be presented, and some of the super cool information in this is going to be shared. So look forward to that for the Godzilla special presentation, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It's an A+ for Godzilla 1954, the film directed by Ishiro Honda. Yes, thank you very much for watching.